But let's start in a seated meditation this morning. Just take a moment to get here and present. So if you want to sit up on a block, you can sit up on a block or blanket. Or if you feel like you need to lie down, that's fine too. But find your seat, elevate your spine, be intentional in creating your seat right here. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead and allow your eyes to close. Just want your body to feel alert and lifted, and also relaxed and calm. In each and every yoga pose or yoga asana, we're working on cultivating this idea of balanced action, of being both strong, ready, moving from sthira or strength, groundedness, and also sukha, which is the space or ease, the stillness. There's a doing, there's an action of lifting, lengthening, and then there's this non-action of softening and being. And really right here, trying to focus on what you want. Focus on what you want to create in the world, what you want to see, you want to happen. I'm a huge believer in our thoughts create our world, collectively. And to come from that balanced action place to be ready, to have facts, and then also to be in the space of stillness and ease, positivity, focusing on good outcomes. Few more minutes here just to find that still, quiet place inside. Feels eternal and connected. Very softly flutter your eyes open, coming back into this space. We'll begin with an easy twist today. If you need to come to a different position to do that, you can. You'll take your right arm behind your back and your left arm to your outer right thigh. And then inhale, lift up into the crown of your head. And then on your exhale, it's just a gentle twisting or revolving to the right. Really focusing more on the lengthening than the twisting though. Inhale, length. And exhale, twist. And then slowly unwind, and you'll take it to the other side. Sorry. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. One more breath. Good, and then slowly and gently unwind. And you'll come forward onto your hands and knees. And move through a few rounds of cat-cow. Just to awaken your spine and the muscles around the spine. You can drop your belly, lift your chest, take your gaze up. And on your exhale, push the floor away. And moving back and forth. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Push the floor away and round the body. Breathe in, drop the belly, lift the chest, look up. And breathe out, push the floor away and arch the spine. Take 2 more rounds. Kind of spread your fingers and press into the tops of the feet. Good. 1 more. Good, and then come to neutral, tuck your toes under, and you're going to sit back onto your heels or stand on your shins. Stretch your toes. Good, interlace your hands, take your palms forward, and then upwards. Yeah, I'm just sitting in the discomfort, and the comfort in the discomfort. Yoga. Squeeze your elbows in towards your ears, pull the floating ribs in, breathing. Good, and then gently release the arms. You'll come forward to the hands and knees, point the toes, and just tap out the tops of the feet. Good, and then let your feet rest and walk your arms forward for puppy pose. And you'll let your forehead or hairline gently drop down to the mat. If that's too much on the arms or the shoulders, you can rest your forearms on the earth instead. So really lengthen the sides of the body. And soften between your shoulder blades. Hold the pit of the belly in and up towards the spine. Listen to the sound of your breath. I'm going to take 1 more breath. Great, and then from there you're going to come up and slide forward onto your belly. So come all the way down onto your mat. And just stretch your arms out in front of you and set your forehead to the floor. And continue that idea of getting long. Yeah, maybe press the tops of the feet down, lift the kneecaps up, pull the pit of the belly up away from the mat. Roll your fingers a little farther forward and take 1 more breath. Good, and then you'll slide your hands back underneath your shoulders and press back to child's pose. So you press your hips up and back. You can bring the big toes to touch and the knees apart. If you need to put a blanket between your calves and your thighs or your seat, you can do that, or a blanket under the knees can be helpful. Take a breath in, breathe out, then come up onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes under, lift up to downward facing dog. Good, and you can pedal it out, bending one knee, bending the other knee, moving your hips from side to side, or kneading the floor like a cat, kind of pressed into one hand and then the other hand. Good, and then walk your hands to your feet. You walk to the back of your mat. Good job. And then ragdoll forward fold. Hold your elbows. Maybe add a small sway from side to side. softly to the mat, and you'll begin to walk forward again, coming back into downward facing dog. Take your time. Just settle in. And then inhale forward into a high plank. Good, and you'll set your left knee to the ground and spin the right foot flat, open the right arm up for side plank. And if it feels like too much being all in one line, you can pivot the bottom shin behind you. And then maybe take the right arm overhead till your palms parallel. Good, and you can even float the right leg up to get a little more core work or balance work. Try to lift away from the bottom arm, away from the wrist, up out of it. And then look down, come back to your hands and knees, tabletop position, and take your left arm to the sky. Left arm goes up, and then thread the needle, left arm behind the right wrist. Come onto the side of the shoulder and head. And then the right arm might walk forward towards the front of the room. Good. There's a gentle twisting action, breathing. And bring the right hand back beside your face, press down, come up. You'll go back to downward facing dog. Lift your toes, lift your hips, maybe pedal it out. And then walk your hands to your feet again. So you're gonna walk all the way back. You can ragdoll forward fold. You can hold your elbows or your biceps. You can bend the knees, maybe sway. Shake your head yes and no. Softly release your hands to the mat and begin to walk back forward, downward facing dog. And then lift your heels, come forward, high plank. And then set your right knee down, spin the left foot flat, open to side plank. You can pivot the right knee or shin behind you if you need. The left arm can come overhead, palm towards the floor, and really reach through the fingers. You can even float the left leg up, hug the muscle to the bone in the left leg. From skin, you draw in, hug in isometrically. And find the balance of effort and ease, softness, space. And then look down, come back to your hands and knees. And this time you open the right arm up. Your fingers to the ceiling maybe, and then thread the needle. Right hand goes behind the left wrist. Come to the side of the shoulder and head. Left hand can stay where it is or walk overhead. Bring the left hand back beside your face, press down, come up. Good, and then downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, take your time, walk your feet back, pedal it out. And lift your heels, look forward, and walk your feet to your hands. And then halfway lift, inhale, lengthen and extend the spine. Exhale, bow forward, drop everything, drop your head. Root down, reach up, extended mountain. Press your feet down, stretch your fingers to the ceiling. And bring your hands to your heart, and then arms down by your side. Good. And we'll move through some sun salutations. And if you want a blanket for your knees, we're going to do step back lunges. You can put a blanket there. All right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your right foot back. Set your knee down. Yeah, point the toes. So this is where blankets are helpful if you need. And you can keep your hands low, or you can bring them to your left thigh, or you can reach them all the way to the sky. Take one more breath. And on your exhale, bring your hands to the mat. You'll step back to high plank. Tuck your right toes under, bring your left foot to your right. And then set your knees down, and then bend your elbows so your chest and chin come to the mat. And then slide onto your belly. For cobra, point your toes, peel the chest up. Good, or upward dog is fine. And then lower it down. You'll press yourself up to hands and knees or plank, and back to downward facing dog. And puppy pose works too, or child's pose. And lift your right leg to the sky. Big inhale. And step or help your right foot to your right thumb. Set your left knee down. Low lunge. Point the left toes. Reach up, or hands can stay low. Breathe. Really lift and lengthen through the sides of the body. Spin the pinky fingers in. And then bring your hands down, tuck the left toes under, and step forward. Left foot meets right. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Root down, rise up, extended mountain. Stretch your fingers all the way to the ceiling. Then hands to heart center, and arms down by your side. Do that again. Inhale, reach up, look up. Extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale your left foot back. Set your left knee down. Point the toes, and then reach up. And breathe, 3 breaths. And a little pull of your feet towards each other. Lift and lengthen through the sides of the body. Good, and then hands to the mat. Step back, high plank. Knees, chest and chin, lower all the way onto your belly. Slide forward into cobra, or maybe upward facing dog. And press back, downward facing dog. Or child's pose, or puppy pose. Good, inhale your left leg to the sky. Stretch it up and back. And then step or help your left foot all the way to your left thumb. Set the right knee down. And then low lunge, reach up. You want to press into the top of the right foot and give a little pull of your feet towards each other. Spin the pinky fingers in, reach up. And then hands to the mat, and you step forward, right foot to left. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Press down and rise up, extended mountain. Reach your fingers to the ceiling. And bring your hands to your heart and arms down by your side. We'll do that whole thing one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right foot back, right knee down. Nice big step. Inhale, low lunge. We'll hold this 3 breaths. Take one more breath in, maybe reach a little higher. On your exhale, bring your hands to the mat, step it back, high plank. And then knees, chest and chin, or low plank, you can hover. Cobra or upward facing dog. And press it back, downward facing dog. Good. Lift your right leg to the sky. Stretch it up and back. It can be from tabletop too. Step or help your right foot to your right hand. Set the left knee down, point the toes, reach up, low lunge. And breathe. And be intentional in creating your pose. You can reach a little higher coming from that balanced action, that place of effort and ease. And then bring your hands down and you'll step forward, left foot to right, the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Root down, reach up, extended mountain. And hands to heart center, arms by your side. One more leg, one more side. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back first. Left knee down. Low lunge, reach up. Find one spot for your gaze, either on the front wall or the ceiling. One more breath in, little exaggeration, go up and back. And hands to the mat, tuck the back toes under, step back, high plank. And then your version, knees to the floor or low plank, upward dog or cobra, breathe in. And downward facing dog or puppy pose or child's pose. Good, stretch your left leg up and back, inhale. Step or help your left foot to your left thumb. Set the right knee down carefully, rise up, low lunge. And breathe here. One more full breath in. And exhale, hands down, tuck your back toes under and step forward, right foot to left. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root down, reach up, extended mountain, stretch all the way up. And bring your hands to your heart and arms down by your side. Just notice how you feel. And we're going to come into some standing poses. So you'll step your left foot back and bring your feet to parallel. So you'll face the tree wall or the curtain wall. And then turn the right toes to face the front of the room. You want your right foot in line with your back arch, and then bend the right knee into warrior two. Good, and then you can take the arms up and out. Just hold this for a little bit. Good, Michelle, maybe go a little wider. You want your stance wide enough so that when you bend the front knee, it doesn't go past the toes. It really maybe lines up over the ankle, and not the floor either. Trying to get the knee over the ankle. Good. Nice, Leon. Good. And then you want to really root down through both feet. So be even through both feet. If you feel heat rising, you're doing it right. Okay, straighten the right leg. You can relax the arms or hands to hips. Turn the right toes in, left toes out. And then warrior two, you bend the knee, check your stance. Into both feet, then open the arms parallel to the floor. Take one more breath. Straighten your left leg. You can bring your hands to your hips. Turn your left toes in, right toes out. Do one more. Bend the right knee, coming into warrior two. Open the arms. And then extended side angle. You'll tip right, and you can either rest your forearm on your thigh, or you can stretch your right fingertips to the floor. Left arm can be up at 12 o'clock, straight above you, or it can go overhead, reaching to the front wall. A little more length through the side of the body and the waist. Coming from that place of effort and ease, right? Muscular effort, there's this like structure that you're building in your body, and then you want to like rest in that space, the space inside, the stillness. I'm going to let the left arm pull you up, feet to parallel, hands to the hips. And then turn the left toes to the back of the room. Bend the left knee, sink in, warrior two, open the arms. And then tip to the left, side angle. You can set the forearm to thigh or hand to the floor, right arm of your choice. And good. Nice job making adjustments as you need. Your feet, shoulders, head. Always notice where I hold back. There's a conserving of your energy a little bit because you want to make it through the class and the day. And there's also like where are you in like a default versus an edge. Finding the balance. Good, and then inhale, let the right arm pull you up. Bring your feet to parallel, hands to hips, lift up into your chest. And then just dive forward. So straddle forward fold. And bring your hands to the floor between your feet. Maybe the crown of your head touches the ground. Maybe your crown is miles away. It's all good.
What is it that gets your head all the way down? Is it your hip flexors?
Hamstrings more. Backs of the legs, yeah. Yeah, maybe the work of the hip flexors, yeah. Okay, lift up to a flat back here, and then you'll bring your hands to your hips and just come up to stand. Good question, yeah. And then you'll turn your right toes back to the front and step your left foot forward to meet your right. And mountain pose. Take a couple big shoulder shrugs. Rinse it out. Good. And then switch directions. Go the other way. Good. And then take the arms out. And you'll take the right elbow and reach it under the left. Reach back for your shoulders for a moment. And try to stack the elbows. Good. And then you can either stay there or lift the forearms and bring your right fingers into your left palm. Nice. And then you'll bend your knees and you can stay in this little squat with eagle arms or cross the right leg over the left, coming into eagle, Garuda Asana. It's fine to have the big toe on the floor. Kind of squeeze into the center line. And then mountain pose, both feet down, arms down. Shrug your shoulders, roll it out. Other way. And then open the arms, so big stretch across the chest and upper back. And take the left arm underneath the right. Reach for your shoulders or shoulder blades. Good, and then you can stay or lift the forearms. Bring your left fingers into your right palm. And bend the knees, sit the hips back and down. And then maybe the left leg goes up and over the right. Come back to mountain pose pause. Yeah, you can do some little shoulder shrugs, roll. Go the other way. Roll it out. Good, and then bring your both hands hands to your hips. And just kind of shift into your left foot, and like you're marching, you'll lift the right knee, and then set the right foot down, shift into the right foot, lift the left knee. Just going back and forth. Good. Press down to lift up. Good. Big marching. One more each leg. And then set both feet down, get grounded. And then we'll come from that idea. So you'll root into the left foot, and grow roots, and then lift the right knee, and this time you'll catch it. And if you need a wall, you're welcome to bring your left side to the wall. Good, and then open the right knee to the right. Yeah, take your left arm to the left, reach through the left fingers, and then take your gaze to the left thumb, or past it is fine too, to the left wall. And then bring it back to center. Pause there. Bring your arms down by your side. Pause. And then take the right leg back for airplane. You're going to press the heel through the back wall. Press the heel away from you. Lift the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Reach through your fingertips. Grow deeper roots into your standing leg. And then come on up to stand. Good. Yeah, take a little side to side. And shake it out. Nice. And then coming back to center. And bring your hands to your hips, and you'll bring your weight into your right foot. Root down evenly. And then pick up the left knee and catch it. Stand tall, finding that balance of effort and ease. Not too much work, not too much ease. Open it to the left. Reach your right arm right. And maybe you gaze past the right thumb. Breathing. Come back to center. You got it. Arms down. You just simply begin again if you wobble. And then stretch the left leg back, coming into airplane. Lengthen the sides of the body. Take the deltoids or shoulders up towards the ceiling. Straight arms, straight legs. Maybe a micro bend in the standing leg. And then come on up to stand. Go ahead and take a little side to side or shake it out. Good, and then we'll come into tree pose. So grow roots into your left foot again. And bring the right foot up somewhere on the left leg. And it can be foot to ankle or calf, or you can lift the foot above the knee. The way the foot stays is by pressing the leg and the foot together. Press the palms together. And set your eyes to a single point, finding focus, your drishti. And you can take the arms up if you like. Maybe you hook your thumbs. Maybe you cactus the arms. Yeah, perfect balance here of muscular effort, strength, stability, and then ease. Called good space, sutta. You be the space of good things happening. Good. Bring both feet to the floor, arms by your side. And pause. Okay, one more. Root down through the right foot. This time the left foot comes up to the inner right thigh or calf. The big toe on the floor. Find your center line. Hug into center line. And then maybe you take your arms up, finding your expression here. Good, and then return to mountain pose. Pause. Take it out. And come on back up to the front of your mat. Standing in Tadasana. It's like standing at attention. Good, and then inhale, you'll reach up, look up, full body stretch. Exhale, forward fold, bow. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step it back to high plank. Good, lower all the way down onto your belly. And you're gonna take your arms forward again like we began. Set your forehead to the mat. Pull the pit of the belly in and up. Firm your thighs, right? Press the feet down, lift the kneecaps up. Walk your arms a little further forward. Good, and then slide your hands back by your sides. You'll press up to hands and knees, and then back to downward dog, or puppy pose is fine too. Puppy pose or child's pose, or downward facing dog. Good, and then lift your right leg to the sky. As you're ready, you'll stretch it up and back, and it can be from your hands and knees. Step your right foot forward, and you'll come right up to warrior two. The left arm pull you up and over, just like we did in the standing part. And then triangle, so you'll straighten the right leg. And then bring your hands to your hips right here. So the hips often are kind of neutral here, and you want to tip them. So you tip the hips to the left. So you create a big crease at the top of the right thigh. And then slide the right hand down to the shin or the foot, or block to the floor, and stretch the left arm up. Yeah, good. Reach your left fingers towards the ceiling, just straight up. Press both shoulders towards your back, back of your skull back, so jawbone moves towards the neck. And then bend the right knee slightly, let the left arm pull you up. And you'll bring your feet to parallel, and then toe heel the feet in maybe once or twice. And you'll turn the heels in and the toes out diagonally. Good, and then bend the knees. So bring your hands to your thighs right here. And then just drop your left shoulder to center, and you'll look right. So you press the left knee left. Yeah, good. And then come on up to center, and you'll switch sides. You press the right knee away from you, drop the right shoulder. And come back to center. Bring both forearms to your thighs, so you drop the hips down, nudge the knees out, away from each other. Good. And breathe into your inner thighs, hips, your sacrum, your low back. Okay, bring your hands to the floor. You'll just straighten the legs and turn the heels out, toes in. So your feet back to parallel. And then walk your hands back between the feet right here. On your next inhale, lift up to a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips. Come all the way to stand. Good, and then turn the right toes to the front. Step your left foot in and up slightly for pyramid. So you want to square the hips. Yeah, bring your feet a little wider apart sometimes is helpful, so heels in line with your hips. And then fold forward, hinge forward over the right leg. It's okay to micro bend the knee. Yeah, see if you can bring your hands to something. Maybe blocks or fingertips to the floor. Hands can rest on your shin. Yeah, good. Draw the right hip crease back towards the back wall. Good. Good. Take one more breath. And then plant your palms, step back, high plank. And you'll lower all the way down again on your belly. Stretch your arms forward, forehead to the floor. Press the tops of the feet down, lift the kneecaps or front of the thighs up. Pull the pit of the belly away from the ground. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen from your fingertips to your toes. Lengthen. You can keep the toes tucked, Michelle, if that feels better. The other Michelle. Two Michelles. Good, and then slide your hands back under your shoulders. You can press up to hands and knees or all the way up to plank. Then back to downward facing dog. Or child's pose, right? Or puppy pose. And then lift your left leg up and back. And step your left foot to your left thumb. Come up to warrior two. Let your right arm pull you up and around. And then straighten the left leg. Bring your hands to your hips. And then tip. So press your hips to the right. Create that crease at the left thigh. And then let the left hand slide down. It can be on your shin or a block or the floor. And then maybe the right arm reaches up. Press both shoulders back and hips forward. Keep working on increasing the crease, the top of the left thigh. Breathing, right? Breathing in and breathing out. Let your attention just rest right here on each breath. And then micro bend the left knee. Let the right arm pull you up. Bring your feet to parallel. And then toe heel the feet in once or twice. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Hands to your hips, bend your knees, and we're just gonna pause. So you wanna kind of nudge the knees back. Yeah, and then sit down another 2 or 3 inches, and then lift up 2 or 3 inches. So you'll just go down, and straight up. Yeah, little tiny squats. Nudge the knees out, 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 out. You're really using your glutes, your thighs, and the lower body, down a few inches, up a few inches. Let's do 3 more. Good, 2. Come down and hold. Take your arms up to cactus arms and hold for 5, 4, breathe, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, relax the arms. Good, turn the toes in, heels out. If you want to interlace your hands at your sacrum for some shoulder opening, you can. Knuckles down, chest up, and then hinge forward. If there's any other hand position that feels better in your body, that's fine. Softly release the arms if they aren't already. And then you'll lift to a flat back, bring your hands to your hips, come up to stand with strong legs. And then pyramid, turn the left toes to face the front. Step your right foot in and out. Square the hips, lift up. And go ahead and fold forward over your left leg. Bring your fingers to the floor or hands to blocks. Good. Your block can be inside the left foot or on either side. Glue the left big toe mound down. Yeah, good. Slide the left hip crease back a little farther. Take 2 more breaths. Like really bring your attention to your breath. Good job, and then bend the left knee, plant the palms, step it back, high plank. And then once again, lower all the way down, all the way onto your belly. Stretch your arms forward, set your forehead to the mat. Good, and on your next inhale, you'll lift your right arm and your left leg, and the head can float up off the floor. The left arm might slide in a little bit. Right arm, left leg. Just get super long. Lift a little higher. And then lower it down. And then switch sides, left arm and right leg. So working asymmetrically. Get long as you inhale. Lift as you exhale. And then lower it down, set your forehead back to the floor, pause. And then next time you'll lift both arms and both legs, and you can look straight down. And then try bending the elbows. You pull the elbows back by the ribs, lift a little higher. Yeah, good. Lift the legs a little higher. And then lower down. You can make a pillow out of the arms. Rest your forehead and pause. And then locust, you'll bring the arms by your sides, palms face down. And then again, you'll lift up. Lift your arms, lift your legs, and just feel the difference. Just spread the collarbones wide apart, and the shoulders towards your back. Straight elbows, straight knees. And then lower all the way down. And you can turn a cheek to a side or make a pillow out of your arms and just rest. Bring your hands under your shoulders, press up to hands and knees. And we'll move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So you can push the floor away, gently arch the back, drop the belly, and gently look up, moving back and forth your pace. And then come to neutral. We're going to work a little core strength here. So you can bring your knees in a little closer. Similar to what we just did on the floor, you'll take your right arm forward and your left leg back. And really pull into your center. Pull the pit of the belly in, floating ribs in, finding balance. Good, and on your exhale, you'll draw your elbow and your knee together. So kind of curl into the center line. Pull the belly in and up. Extend long, inhale. Curl in, exhale. 2. Extend long, inhale. Curl in, exhale. 3. Extend long, inhale. 2 more. Curl in, exhale. Push the floor away. 1 more, extend. Pull the belly in. Exhale, curl. And then get long, long, long. And then return your hands and knees to the floor, and you can sit back in child's pose. And the arms can stay in front, your arms in front, or down by your sides. Good, and then returning to tabletop, come back to hands and knees. Bring your knees in a little bit. Try to lift away from your hands. You're really in your core body. And then take your left arm forward, right leg back. Just get long. Pull the pit of the belly in. Find your center. And then on your exhale, draw your elbow and knee together and curl into center line. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. In and out. Curl in. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, find your center, touch. Inhale, get long, long, long. And then set it down and sit back into child's pose or puppy pose or downward dog is fine too. And then come up to your hands and knees. And you'll make your way onto your seat. So you can either cross your ankles and roll over your feet or take your feet to the side. And then scoot to the middle of your mat. And then come all the way down onto your back. And you'll just hug your knees into your chest. Good. You can give a gentle rock from side to side. And then bring your knees to 90 degrees and arms down by your side, and they can even go underneath your hips. Hands can go under the hips if you like low back support. So bring your knees to 90 degrees, flex your feet, pull your rib cage to the mat, pull the pit of the belly down towards the mat, and then you'll tap the right heel to the floor and lift it up. So you're not moving from the knees, you're moving from the hips. And then tap the left and lift, tap right, tap left, tap right, tap left. Keep it going, just tap, feet flexed, tap, tap, tap. 1 more each side. Bring your knees to 90, pause. Bring your hands to your thighs. If the hands are under the hips, you'll bring them to the thighs. And then press your thighs into your hands and your hands into your thighs. Don't let the belly lift off the ground. Don't let the ribs lift off the ground. Press the rib cage down. Pull the belly down. Breathe for 5, 4. Everyone feel that? Isometric. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Nice and soft. Maybe rock side to side. Good, and then we'll do that 1 more time. So bring your knees to 90 degrees, arms by your side. Good, and then you'll tap for 10. Tap a heel down. 9, switch, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees to 90 degrees, hands to thighs, press for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hug your knees into your chest. Come into happy baby. You'll hold your feet, bend your knees, rock side to side a little bit. Good, and then bring your feet to the floor, nice and wide apart. And then drop your left knee into center only. Keep the right leg straight up. Yeah, good. So feet wide. Both feet on the flat. Yeah, drop the left. So it's an internal rotation on the left thigh. Yeah, just like that. And then lift the left knee up and drop the right knee to center and just pause. And then lift the right knee up, drop the left knee again and stay. And if you want a little more, you can cross the right ankle on the left thigh. But you don't have to, you can just stay as you are. Good, and then switch again. So drop the right knee to center, left knee can stay up, or left ankle can cross on top of the right thigh. And then uncross and come back to center. You can set your feet flat to the floor for reclined pigeon. You can cross your right ankle over your left thigh, or you can rock forward and take half pigeon. So either right ankle, left thigh, and you pick the left foot up and hug the knee into your chest. Or you can come forward and bring the right leg across the mat, left leg back. Either one. See where you can soften. And directing your breath into your right hip, hamstring, low back, inner thigh. So wherever the sensation is the strongest. And if you're on your back, you'll keep the shape of your legs and set your left foot to the floor. If you're on your back, yeah. And then you'll take your knees over to the left, so the right foot will land flat. And you can hold on to the right ankle. It's like a reclined double pigeon. And if you're face down, you'll take the left leg around and stack it on top of the right for double pigeon. That's fine too, Maria. You can be there. Wherever you want to be is fine. Good. And if you're on your back, you're looking to keep your right foot flat on the floor to the side of the body. Yeah, and it's like you're trying to return the right hip to the ground almost, trying to bring it back so you have some traction. Good. Really good, and then come back onto your back or come on out, and you'll go to the other side. So reclined pigeon, either left ankle over right thigh, or left leg in the front, right leg behind. And if you're on your back using your hands, you want the grip to be fairly light. And it's really like the bringing in of the right thigh towards your chest that exaggerates the stretch. Press the right thigh into the left ankle. Your left knee might gently press the left thigh forward. You might even flex the left foot. There can be a little movement side to side or stillness. And then double pigeon, either reclined, you bring the right foot down first and then knees to the right. Yeah, and the left foot will land flat, or the right leg comes around, straps on top. Yeah, good. Or any other variation of hip opening that feels good to you right now. That could be something very simple. The hip opening section is really about surrendering. Surrendering your ego or needing to get it right or being in a certain shape, and just really feeling, being where you are. And then you'll gently release, and you'll come into an inversion of your choice. It can be hips on a block, or shoulder stand, or headstand, or handstand, or if you don't have a block, bring your hands under your hips as you take your legs to the sky. And then gently lower your legs. If you're in shoulder stand and want to take a counter pose like fish, you can take fish. If you were in hips on a block, you'll size a block out from underneath you and maybe take a twist. You can draw the right knee into your chest and left leg extends long. And supine twist, hold the right knee in your left hand, cross it over your body so you roll up onto your left hip. And relax your right shoulder towards the floor. You might even turn your head to look right, but you don't have to. And then come on back to center and switch to the other side. Just that final twist to the other side. Rinsing and wringing out anything that's left. back onto your back. Make your way into Shavasana, your final resting posture, place to let go. My teacher has a saying, he says, let go and let good. And let go and let God. Let go and just let go. Today's meditation is titled, In the Likeness of Everything. It begins with a quote from Lourdes Pita. Everything in the universe is interconnected. Within each, it is reflected. I think this insight explains why we are so drawn to certain things. Why, of all the fallen branches, I will go to the one that most resembles the way I've had to bend all my life. Why, of all the places you could return to, you choose the lip of a cliff worn featureless by wind, because it lets you feel the worn lip of your heart that you show no one. It seems that we humans have always been drawn to find ourselves in the life about us, but too often in doing so we break everything down until everything resembles us. Too often, though we seldom mean to, we take in life the way we do food, chewing it into unrecognizable bits that need to be swallowed. But the kind of food that living offers must be taken in whole as it is, or it loses its wisdom and power and grace. So, this is our ongoing challenge. Not to turn everything into us. In truth, the deepest function of humility is that it helps us take experience in on its own terms, not violating its own nature, all in an effort to be nourished by life that is different from us. Through this effort, we find the corresponding seeds of such life in us. They are the common seeds of grace that can sustain us. In truth, we each carry within our own innate makeup, like chromosomes, the minute aspects of everything that forms the universe. And so the art of freedom becomes the necessary adventure of grasping the secrets that are everywhere in the open and stirring their aspects within us in such a way that we come alive. Learning from the fish how to surface and dive, from the flower how to open and accept, from the stone how to crack and let light in, and from the birds that wings are more useful at times than brains. Rather than finding ourselves in everything, we are challenged daily to find everything in ourselves, till being human is evolving inwardly in the likeness of everything, shaping ourselves to the wonders we find, until like birds who have known this forever, we too make song at the mere appearance of light. Right here, just bring to mind a favorite place in nature where you like to go. It might be an open field or a waterfall, stream, path in the woods. Go there in your mind and feel the one aspect that keeps bringing you back there. It might be the wind through the grass or the sound of the water, or the light through colored leaves. In your mind, enlarge the one compelling aspect and enter it more fully. Become the grass or the water or the leaf. Breathe slowly and let what you love about this place teach you how you are grass-like or water-like or leaf-like. Just let it teach you. My place right now is like the redwoods. Just the patience the trees teach us to just witness. Find stillness. Keep growing towards the light. And then gently bring your awareness back to your breath. And you can start to move your fingers and your toes. And maybe stretch your body in any way that it craves. And as you're ready, you'll bend your knees and roll to a comfortable side. And from there, gently press yourself up to a seated position. Close your eyes. Like we began, just coming back to that still place inside of you. And touch the palms of your hands together. Bring your thumbs to your heart space, acknowledging yourself. Lift your thumbs to your forehead center and just right here really